Troy here with the Fallen Flags update. After I show you guys a little update on some of the things I've been working on, besides some of the programming and some engines and stuff like that. I will do a little video here of some trains running as well. Well, here we go. For starters, I have started doing some more work up over here in my turntable area. This is a Walthers 933 2613 turntable kit. This is not DCC ready. However, we're going to be making some changes to that. Got to get an automatic reverser for the bridge. I have got my feeder wires soldered up onto all my all my rails. However, I still have to go and get those right there glued down. I'll go ahead and weather those and get all that stuff right there put down and get that right there all ready to go. The one thing I noticed, what I had to do with the 2613 turntable, is that the deck has code 55 track on there. Now I'm running a Payco code 55, and with the Payco track I actually have to take and cut that all down and make it a little bit thinner. So I actually had to go ahead and take up a piece of track like I did right here and go ahead and trim it all down up underneath the rail, so when the bridge hits it, they actually feel nice and flush. There's no ride right there where the engines actually make a little hump when they ride up onto it. So that's one of the things I've done. I've also taken and installed a bunch of tortoises on the layout. Haven't wired them up yet or nothing. Still trying to figure out what I want to do with everything else. However, I do have some rolling stock now up on the layout. As you can see, there's my track cleaner. Gotta have clean track. I get some plug and play DCC kits as well for my units. And then I also ran my programming wires for my Digitrax down over to my turntable area, because that's where I'm going to have all my stuff for my turntable. So I've got quite a bit done. A lot of my turnouts are ready to go. My valley, got my turnouts all up in there. All my switch machines. You see up over here for my valley, what I do is I take a piece of masking tape. If there's some section I have to work on, I'll just go ahead and write down what I have to do, and I'll actually put tape right up and over the tracks. So here I'm not going to try to run into any problems or lose anything onto the floor or anything else like that. Along with making notes on the top of everything. This right here gets an insulated rail joiner. That right there has already been done, been taken care of. Another switch machine, so forth and so on. Don't mind the mess. Here's another unit. I just got done putting one in. I still have to program all of these units yet. Once they're programmed, I'll do up another video. I'll just take the units off one at a time and then program it with a PR3 with the computer. I've already got it dug out. I just got to go ahead and grab a piece of track and start programming. Still have to go and get a bunch of turnouts put in up over here for the other yard. Still have to work on heading up over there for the coaling section of the layout and get that all done and taken care of. I got another switch machine up underneath here as well, so this is all taken care of, so I didn't derail if I was to go ahead and run a train coming through, because this right here takes off and goes off to a whole other section of the layout for my other level. This has not been finished yet, and this one right here, this is only temporary wood that's sitting here right now until I can go ahead and find some time here and build up all my trestles for my valley area. And got my hidden staging on my south end. It's all wired up, ready to go. And I've also taken and weathered some of my track. Went ahead and airbrushed my valley track. So I have to go ahead and do a little touch-ups here and there. It's kind of a pain in the butt to go ahead and do. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So I did get some weathering done on the track. That's about all I've really done. Doesn't really seem like much, but it's definitely taken quite a bit of time. I also went ahead and I picked up, I was trying to debate what I was going to use for my uncouplers. I did have one set that I turned around and I tried out. Right up over here you can see it says uncoupler right there. That's an under the track uncoupler. These ones here are about $6 a piece, and what it runs is it uses 4 earth magnets. Doesn't quite fit my budget. I like them, I really do, but I noticed that in any areas you pretty much have to run 2 of them in N scale. They're not too bad to go ahead and set up to go ahead and adjust them. That's no big deal, but it costs about $10 to $12 per rail to run it in N scale for your coupling and uncoupling. You pretty much have to spot your cars just perfectly right up over it, otherwise they just don't want to work. I've tried many different ways, follow the directions. It just doesn't want to work for me. So what I did was I actually picked up some of these. These are delayed action permanent magnet uncoupler from Microtrains. This is the number 1310. And what they are is a longer magnet. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these or not. I'll go ahead and open one set up here. So I have to get a whole pile more of these because I'm going to run these ones right here inside my yard, and then run the under the tracks inside of some of my other areas that are not quite as noticeable. This one here can control what gets seen. Now these magnets are about 2 inches long. You get 2 to a pack. And what I've actually done is taken a scribe and actually cut the magnets down. I actually took and cut the magnets in half. So I still have a 1-inch uncoupling section. And in order to do that, it was really easy. They call for some silicon carbide scribe. All it is just a regular pen type scribe is all you need. And you just take it and you just score it. Use a straight edge, figure out your halfway point or wherever it is you want to cut, and lightly scribe it. They say you take a pair of pliers and go ahead and break the magnet. And what I found is if you scribe it enough and just take your time with it and not push very hard, the magnet will actually break on its own, and you'll get a really nice clean break on there. They're not, it's not all jagged or anything else. It cuts nice and square. You can take a piece of this right here so you guys can see it. It actually cuts nice and square. I haven't figured out how to actually file them down yet to go to round off the corners. Like on the factory edge, how they have the corners rounded off yet. But I'll figure something out with that to go and make them a little bit prettier. I like to have things as smooth as a baby's bottom, so we'll go ahead and we'll play around with these magnets here a little bit more once I start doing some more work on my yard. Still have to figure out how I'm going to run all my turnouts for my yard because of my hidden staging, so just another thing here that we have to work on. That's not coming too far. I've actually picked up some remote tortoise mounts and a remote actuator, and we're going to try running this. I got to figure out exactly what the thickness is, because between the thickness of the yard and my hidden staging, I really don't have that much room. But if I have to, I'll make some adjustments, actually raise the yard, and then raise my main lines up even higher yet. We'll see what happens here, because I want my main lines above my yard to go ahead and give it a little bit different effect once the scenery is all put up on here. I just had an article put inside the newspaper. A guy from the newspaper company come over here and did a article on the layout, which led me to another model railroader right here in town, which was really cool. He had a Micromark, a grade, one of them things, the digital gauges actually measures the grade. So we checked out my grades on the entire layout, and not one section of this layout reached above 2.2%. I was really surprised, because with my measurements, my calculations, I should have been above 2.2%. but that really made my day that I did not reach above that 2.2%. So it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. I don't know how many cars the train's be able to pull up coming up the grade, but in about 30 feet I'm coming up almost 16 inches. And well, actually about, let's see here now, about 65 feet, excuse me, I'm coming up about 15 and a half inches. I wanted to make sure that we had enough room for our valley, for right where our waterfall was going to be. It's going to be a really big waterfall coming down for our valley. This section here will be all trestle coming through. There's 3 trestles that go up over here, going up over the valley, and hopefully we can achieve the what we wanted. My dad come up with some really good ideas for the layout, and that just happened to be one of them. Let's go ahead and get this south end as high as we can, and not get it too high where we can't go ahead and see everything. My daughter, she's only 11, or well, soon to be 11, and I do have to build a step stool for her, but once again, she won't be short forever. So she just stands up on a chair for right now so she can be able to see everything, but that'll all come in time. So next up, we'll go ahead and we'll work on some computer programming, work on some other programming as far as I'll get all these engines here, all the addresses put inside of all these engines, get these right here all ready, and I'll get this track all cleaned up and take it from there and go ahead and try to run some trains. I still have some expanded track right here that I gotta fix. I'm not too worried about it right this minute, but once I go ahead and get the heat level as warm as I really want it down here, I'll go ahead and I'll get this right here fixed up. So at this right here, there's no problems coming up through here. Get this as warm as possible. Really not too worried about it, because right where the benchwork comes apart, none of the tracks will be glued down. They'll be just held down with ballast on every section, including all the branch line tracks and everything else, so that there can be some expansion going through there. There's feeder wires that are dropped through every single piece, so I don't have to worry about it on every track. So this right here, I got feeder wires dropped approximately every 5 feet, if not less. Probably a little bit too much for feeder wires, but like I said, you can never have enough, and with the way that this layout comes apart, I need the feeder wires to be able to drop down. So, if you guys have any other questions, comments, anything else, please feel free to let me know. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Once again, if there is any questions or anything, drop me an inbox. Whatever you guys want to do, that's fine. Leave it on my page, leave it on the video. If I have to, I'll go ahead and I'll make up another video. Even if I have to go ahead and do it the way you guys want me to. We'll go ahead, we'll try it. I'm game for anything. But she's almost ready to start running. Still have to drop some more feeder wires, get some more wires hooked up, and start running some trains on here. So, thanks again everybody for watching, and happy YouTubing.
Yeah,